I'm a Canadian who was recently in the US, and this is what I picked up skincare and makeup wise that was either cheaper over the border or I couldn't get it at all. Here, this is what I got. All of these items were either from Target or Walgreens. I always shop at Target like every Canadian woman I know. We love that place. It is just consistent, predictable, has all the things you need for your family, including yourself. You can shop for bikinis, skincare, makeup, and then food. Love that place so much. And I'm an agnostic regarding Walgreens versus CVS, but I had a Walgreens really close to me, so I shopped there too. I've decided this is the year that I'm gonna really look after my skin. So while I was in Miami, which was absolutely beautiful, it was 24 degrees Celsius, pretty much every single day compared to the snowy place that I live in now, I decided to really stock up on a bunch of, let's just say, favorites from different dermatologists here on YouTube and things that I just needed anyway. So I've always wanted to try these. Recently, I've been kind of skinfluenced to try these. I'll show you what I got. According to my bill, the first thing I picked up was sunscreen. I picked up a sunscreen called Kids Black Girl Sunscreen, and even though I'm not black, it's an amazing sunscreen. It is a physical sunscreen, so it doesn't have titanium dioxide. It's not a mineral sunscreen, but this is one of our favorites. Every single one of us in our family love this for the body. No scent, goes on really smoothly, and of course, no cast. Really good quality stuff. We actually repurchased it. Okay, the other two things that I stocked up on are CeraVe. I bought the SA Cleanser, which I've never tried before, and it's actually one that I'm going to share with my son because he's of the age where he could use a bit of salicylic acid in his life, let's put it that way. And then the other thing that I purchased is the foaming oil by CeraVe, which was not something, oddly, that we could get when I was leaving Toronto. So I was like Google searching it and seeing who sold it, and I couldn't find it being sold anywhere. And then when I returned to Canada, now it is available. So in the 2 weeks that I was gone, it's come to our shelves. But anyway, I picked it up there anyway, and I was already using it. So I am liking and enjoying it so far as well. I keep these both in the shower. Let me just show them to you really quickly. Please excuse any mess that you see. Okay, here we are. So here is the hydrating foaming oil cleanser. I have been enjoying this. You see the levels pretty, it's going pretty quickly. And then this is the salicylic acid renewing cleanser, which I just use on my arms because I have some arm KP, those little red bumps. And so it has not been doing much for those, but again, we're pretty new here. I'm pretty new here in the process of trying these. So that was my first visit to Target. I did go 2 times to 2 different ones because why not? Okay, the next thing I purchased, according to my notes, and when I say my notes, I mean my receipts, the next thing I purchased was adapalene 0.1% treatment gel. This is interesting. This is something you can't get at all in Canada unless you get it imported. It is an over-the-counter product that's supposed to be for acne. It does have other uses, like apparently possibly lightening sunspots a little bit. These are both things that I suffer from. So while at home, a friend of mine gave me her remnants of different XP so I could start trying adapalene and not having to fill a prescription yet or anything like that. But when I was in the US, I thought, you know what, let me just pick up some of the over-counter gel. It's not that expensive. I paid $15.99 for it and just give it a try. They're very similar, actually. I've been kind of going on and off between different XP and the adapalene 0.1, and even though they're different strengths, the XP is higher. These seem to be kind of the same so far, but who knows? That's not a long-term test. That's just a very quick anecdote. Okay, let's see here. So this is the different XP. It's very expensive. You get 60 grams though, so you get quite a good amount. You'll see that's mostly gone. And then here is just the Walgreens adapalene, the no-name generic, not brand name, different. This is not available in Canada, not over the counter or with a prescription. I think you just have access to different XP cream or gel, but I could be wrong. Okay, let's have a look in my linen closet. Do not judge what you see in here because it is not the tidiest, but I did stock up on some Revlon longwear. This is something we do get here, but I pay $25, $24 a bottle here, and it's only $12.98 at Target, so I bought 2 of them. One of them is in use. This is my backup one. That goes in there. Okay, I've actually got the prices because I've got the receipt in front of me. The Revlon foundation was actually $12.49 according to this. The smaller thing of CeraVe SA Cleanser in the blue bottle was $10.92. The larger CeraVe hydrating foaming oil cleanser was $12. And it says here, buy one, get 25% off. So the regular price on the large bottle was actually $13.69, so I got a little bit of a sale. The Black Girl sunscreen that I mentioned was $9.99 at Target. On my very last evening in Miami, I picked up some Rogaine because it was on sale at Walgreens. I got the brand name stuff. I was tempted by hers because they sell that by the single bottle. I was also tempted by the generic, but I thought, you know what, this is such a great price. I like to stick to the brand name because I just never have had any problems with it, and I'm willing to pay that small premium. A lot of people use generics and that's fine. I'm not against that. I just know that this works for me and it's just like my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? This costs $100 in Canada, and at Walgreens, it was on sale for, let's see here, $59.99. So even with the terrible exchange for the Canadian dollar, which is weak compared to the American dollar, after you factor in taxes and stuff like that, it was actually cheap enough for me to take up this suitcase space to bring this home with me. And I'm glad I did, because now I'm stocked up for a very long time. Now, you guys, the hardest thing for me to lay my hands on was something that I looked for at every single one of these trips, and I only found it the last place I was at Walgreens. So the Walgreens closest to me did not have it. The Target, both of them did not have it. Finally, my last day, when I was picking this up, my eye wandered sideways and I saw this product and I was like, oh, thank goodness, I finally get to try it. It's been talked up a lot by dermatologists, specifically for skin on the body, which I am also trying to work on this year. It is, well, let me go get it. I'll show it to you guys. It is Gold Bond's Retinol Overnight Face and Body Lotion, and you can see I keep it there next to my bedside with my e-reader and my headphones and some other retinol cream. If you're looking for a body retinol, there's nothing like this on the Canadian market. We don't have this particular product, although we do, I think, have Gold Bond just in general. This one was very hard to find. Even in the US, it was not stocked on the shelves. Everywhere I would go, it would be either like it was there, but now it's gone, or just not there at all. Like I said, the last Walgreens, I managed to find it. So I'll tell you about my thoughts on this actually. So we have body retinol creams here. It's not that you can't get them, but you'll be very hard pressed to find a retinol cream targeting the body, because this is a newer segment of the lotion market that's gonna be under maybe $25. We just got the brand, I wanna say it's Naturium. I probably am saying that wrong, but we literally just got it, I think, this week at Shoppers Drug Mart in Canada. So again, while I was away, it was not available. How much did I pay for this? $14.99 for this. There's nothing in Canada on the market right now at that price point. So I wanted to pick it up. Of course, I wanted to try it. I get skinfluenced as much as the next person. And I've seen Dr. Dre talk about it. And I think Doctorly, I think those guys are maybe another YouTube dermatologist has been on about this as a retinol. Isn't it good though? And I hesitate to make any kind of review on something I've been using for such a short amount of time, about 2 weeks daily. I can't tell that it's doing anything. So if you've been using this and you've seen a good result, let me know down in the comments. And if you've tried it and you haven't seen any result at all, which is what's happening to me so far, although maybe 2 weeks is too short, let me know also down in the comments below. I don't feel anything, right? Because with most retinols, I feel something. Like I just feel like it's maybe not minorly irritating, but I just feel that it's inactive, and I don't feel that there are any actives in here. Maybe it's sneaky and it'll catch up to me. But 2 weeks in, honestly, it feels exactly like Lubriderm. I'm not getting any stinging, any sensation. It is just like any other cream that I've ever used in my entire life. It doesn't say how much is in there. Now, I have seen someone else on YouTube say that just based on things that she's tried before, she thinks it could be between what, 0.3 and I think maybe 0.5 or something like that. It could be getting that wrong. I don't know. Jury's out on this one, and again, it's just so soon that I can't really tell. I'm just surprised that I don't feel anything. But it's perfectly pleasant as a lotion, very, like, totally unscented, like truly unscented. So if that's your vibe, you might like this one. And it's not too thick either. I thought being an overnight cream, it would be like very, very heavy. It's not. So if you've watched this far, I hope that you consider liking and subscribing. Let me straighten you guys out there. And I have a bit of news. So this week I'm going to be interviewed by a reporter from Self magazine. So when that does come out, I will let you guys know. I'll either let you know here or over in my newsletter, or maybe both if I remember to do so. I'm at helenavery.substack.com, where I fill people in on my journey with stuff like this. And I write some humor essays too. It's free. It's not a scam or anything like that. It's literally just a newsletter that's meant to be fun. So I hope you sign up for that. And doing so, either subscribing, liking, or signing up for that, any of those things will help me out here, which I appreciate, but I'm still not done. More things to talk about. If you're a Canadian shopping in the US, if you're an American shopping in one region of US and going to another region of the US where there's some different shops that maybe you don't have at home, these bigger chains very often tend to have rewards cards that are completely free to sign up for, and you can even do it before you start traveling. So I had a Walgreens card, but that came in handy because I got some sort of cashback rewards. If you have a CVS card, that's also free to sign up for. And as you know, you get the really, really long CVS receipt with like coupons on it when you have a card. It's just free, and most of these things can be done online. And one thing I've noticed about Miami anyway is that you don't even need to physically have the card with you. You just use your cell phone, and even having a Canadian cell phone, those were still able to work for me. So I've saved quite a bit of money. I mean, I think on one of these, I got $8 back on Walgreens the first time that I had bought the, because I had done some other purchases and I just like activated my card. So I had $8 that I was able to put toward the Rogaine and the Gold Bond the next time that I was shopping. So that made it even more affordable. I also signed up for, and this is not skincare related, but you know, Publix is the big supermarket down there, and it's just full of deals if you sign up. And I did that completely online before I even left Canada. I signed up for a Publix account so that I could get some deals while I was there. Why not, right? So my overall impression shopping as a Canadian who's been shopping since the 90s, cross-border, if you live in a sort of border-ish city as I do, is that things have changed. It used to be that you couldn't get hardly anything in Canada at all. It was just a real desert here. A lot of stuff now, especially since the pandemic, can be pretty easily shipped over the border, or there are companies to help you be able to do that, which is of course a little bit of a hassle, especially if it's something you might want to return, but that is now an option to us. That never used to be an option before for Canadians. And just the landscape has changed a bit. What has happened here is we've gotten a lot of French pharmacy products. You know, Aven, La Roche-Posay, we had those years before they were really readily available in the US at places like Target. I'm talking maybe 10 years ago, we are already into this game. I think we get some sunscreens that are not available in the US market, but just by and large though, stepping back and looking at the big picture, there's a lot more in the US. Like for instance, this Gold Bond cream that is not available here. It might never become available here if it doesn't do well in the US. So there you have it. I hope that was interesting. I spent a whole whack load of money, so I'm glad to be able to make this video to see if it helps anybody, or often it's actually just Americans who are interested to see what Canadians want, because you know, everyone wants to know how their country is different from what people are expecting or why they're doing certain things. So yeah, so that's why I did what I did. Happy with my purchases. Make sure that you stay tuned and I'll do fuller reviews on these products. You know, if they're good, I'll definitely want to share that info with you here. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. If you want to see where I was staying, I'm going to put up a video that gives you a quick look around, because I did like a mini tour of the Airbnb that I was staying at in Miami. That was a really super cute space. You want to see that next? Catch you on the next video.